watermelons in summer means no need to grab medicines. Watermelons are sweet, juicy, and refreshing. Hailed as the king of summer fruits, they play a crucial and significant role in the seasonal supply of fruits. They are easy to plant, have a high yield, and are resistant to storage and transportation. They perfectly meet the needs of people in China for relieving summer heat, so they are widely cultivated across the country and deeply loved by people. Watermelon, also known as cool melon, water gourd, watermelon rind, and watermelon green, belongs to the Cucurbitaceae family and the Citrullus genus. It is native to tropical regions of Africa and is widely cultivated from tropical to temperate regions around the world. In this lesson, let's learn about the prevention and control of watermelon diseases and pests. Next, we will study from 3 aspects: common watermelon diseases, common watermelon pests, and prevention and control of diseases and pests. Learning objectives of this lesson. Knowledge objectives. 1. Understand the damage symptoms of watermelon diseases. 2. Learn about common watermelon pests. 3. Master the key points of preventing and controlling watermelon diseases and pests. Skill objectives. 4. Be able to correctly identify the damage symptoms of diseases and pests. 5. Be able to develop treatment plans according to the symptoms of diseases. Quality objectives. 6. Cultivate students. Qualities of being hard, working, and down to earth. 7. Foster an awareness of loving nature and protecting the environment. During the process of growing watermelons, there are often some diseases and pests. How can we ensure the smooth growth of watermelons? As the saying goes, know thy enemy and know yourself, and you can fight 100 battles with no danger of defeat. Next, let's learn about the common diseases of watermelons. Common watermelon diseases. 1. Damping off symptoms. It mainly damages seedlings that have not emerged from the soil and newly emerged seedlings. In the initial stage of the disease, yellow to yellow-brown water-soaked constricted lesions are formed at the base of the stem near the ground of the seedlings. The cotyledons do not wither, but the seedlings have collapsed. In severe cases, the base of the stem rots, and white mycelium is produced when the humidity is high. 1. Anthracnose. Symptoms. Circular or elliptical lesions appear on the leaves, with reddish, brown edges and gray, white centers, accompanied by small black dots. When the fruits are affected, water-soaked spots appear in the initial stage, and then expand into circular or elliptical sunken lesions in the later stage. In severe cases, the fruits rot. 1. Fusarium wilt. Symptoms. Fusarium wilt is a destructive disease of watermelons. After infection, it can cause the plants to wither and die. The initial symptoms are leaf wilting, and then the entire plant dies. When the base of the diseased plant stem is cut open, the vascular bundles can be seen to turn brown. 1. Virus disease. Symptoms. It is mainly transmitted by aphids. After being infected with the virus disease, watermelon plants show symptoms such as mosaic and deformity, which seriously affect the yield and quality. 1. Gummy stem blight. Symptoms. Gummy stem blight mainly damages the stems and leaves of watermelons, causing the leaves to turn yellow and wither, and the stems to dry out. The lesions are initially water-soaked and then expand into elliptical or irregular shapes, with dense small black dots on the lesions. 1. Powdery mildew. Symptoms: it mainly damages the leaves, and in severe cases, it also infects the stems and fruits. The lesions are initially white powder-like, and then gradually expand and merge into one, causing the leaves to turn yellow and fall off. 1. Downy mildew. Symptoms: it mainly damages the leaves. The lesions are initially light yellow spots, and then expand into irregular polygonal lesions. There is a white mildew layer on the back of the lesions. 1. Root knot nematode disease. Symptoms: root knot nematodes mainly damage the roots of watermelons. The roots of diseased plants form root knots of different sizes. The root knots are generally spherical or conical, with a rough surface. Many small fibrous roots can grow on the root knots. In severe cases, the root knots are connected. The roots are deformed, resulting in poor plant growth. Yellow leaves. Short plants, fewer fruits, and small fruits. Diseases and pests often occur together, especially underground pests, which damage the roots of watermelons, leading to poor growth or even death of watermelons. Next, let's learn about the common pests of watermelons. 2. Common watermelon pests. 1. Melon aphid. Symptoms: aphids are one of the common pests during the growth of watermelons. They feed on the sap of leaves and tender stems, causing the leaves to curl and growth to be hindered. 1. Black cutworm. Symptoms: the black cutworm mainly damages watermelons at the seedling stage, before the 3-rd star. The larvae mostly gather on the tender leaves or stems and bite them. After the 3-rd star, they move into the soil. They have the habit of hiding during the day and coming out at night. They often bite off the seedlings and drag them into the soil holes to feed, causing gaps and ridges in the watermelon field. They also bite the vine tips and petioles, hindering plant growth. 1. Scarab beetle. Symptoms: the larvae damage the roots of watermelons in the soil, resulting in poor development of watermelon plants. In severe cases, the plants wither and die. The adults mainly bite the leaves of watermelons, forming irregular notches and holes, affecting the photosynthesis of the leaves, and thus the yield and quality of watermelons. 1. Mole cricket. Symptoms: mole crickets bite the roots of watermelons in the soil, leading to poor plant growth. They also dig holes in the soil, destroying the soil structure and affecting the plant's absorption of water and nutrients. Olacovera femeralis. Symptoms: the larvae of Olacovera femeralis specifically feed on the roots of melons underground. In severe cases, they can cause the plants to wither and die. They also bore into the parts of the melons close to the ground, causing rot and losing their edible value. The adults like to eat melon leaves and flower petals. They can also damage the cortex of pumpkin seedlings, bite off the tender stems, and eat the young fruits. The leaves are eaten to form circular notches, affecting photosynthesis. The prevention and control of diseases and pests are an essential part of agricultural production. It is directly related to the healthy growth and final yield of watermelons. In the face of increasingly complex problems of diseases and pests, it is crucial to take scientific and effective prevention and control measures. Next, let's learn about the prevention and control of diseases and pests. 3. Prevention and control of diseases and pests. Prevention and control methods. In production, the prevention and control are carried out by combining agricultural control and chemical control. 1. Agricultural control. Select disease-resistant varieties. Disease-resistant varieties include Dokang 801, Mawa 8001, Hebai 22, Jindian number 1, Black, Skin Seedless, etc. Implement crop rotation. Rotate with crops such as ginger, chili peppers, and yam beans to make mutual use of growth space and nutrient resources, and at the same time, reduce the occurrence of diseases and pests. Strengthen field management. Keep good ventilation and light transmission in the field. Apply fertilizers scientifically. Carry out intertillage and weeding to improve the disease resistance of plants. Water in a timely manner during dry seasons to keep the soil moist. And do a good job in drainage during the rainy season to prevent waterlogging. Select disease-resistant rootstocks for grafting. Disease-resistant rootstocks such as gourds, pumpkins, wild watermelons, and hybrid watermelons have strong affinity, which can ensure a high grafting survival rate. After successful grafting, the plants grow vigorously and develop well. Chinese cabbage should avoid continuous cropping and cannot be rotated with other cruciferous vegetables. Soil disinfection. Before planting, carry out deep plowing and fine tillage to destroy the living environment of pathogens and insect eggs. Remove weeds and crop residues in the field and reduce the breeding grounds of diseases and pests. 2. Chemical control. Damping off. Spray alternately with 800, 1000 fold solutions of 25% metalaxyl wettable powder or 64% fen wettable powder. Anthracnose. At the initial stage of the disease, fungicides can be used for prevention and control, such as mancozeb, carbendazim, azoxystrobin, and difenoconazole. When spraying on the leaves, pay attention to the dilution ratio of the yazi and the evenness of spraying. Fusarium wilt. At the initial stage of the disease, biological pesticides or chemical pesticides can be used for prevention and control, such as hymexazole, difenoconazole, and metalaxyl, mancozeb. At the same time, strengthen field management, implement crop rotation, and avoid the accumulation of diseases caused by continuous cropping. Virus disease. At the initial stage of the disease, virus inhibitors can be used for prevention and control, such as ribavirin and virus A. At the same time, control aphids in a timely manner to cut off the virus transmission route. Powdery mildew. Fungicides can be used for spray prevention and control, such as triademophone and sulfur suspension concentrate. At the same time, strengthen ventilation and light transmission, reduce humidity, and reduce the occurrence of diseases. Root, not nematode. At the initial stage of the disease, pesticides can be selected for root irrigation prevention and control. For example, irrigate the roots with 15-25 ml of 5% abamectin diluted with 30 g of water, or irrigate the roots with 1000 ml of abamectin, diphosphosate, dipurpureosylium lilacinum diluted with 1500-2000 g of water. Melon aphid. At the initial stage of the disease, spray with 600 fold solutions of 75% chlorothalonil wettable powder, or 500 fold solutions of 50% carbendazim, 80% anthracnose, fumai, 65% Thaina, 70% Mancozeb and other wettable powders. Spray once every 7-10 days. For 2-3 consecutive times. Olacovra femoralis. At the initial stage of the disease, spray with 600-fold solutions of 75% chlorothalonil wettable powder or 500-fold solutions of 50% carbendazim, 80% anthracnose, fumai, 65% Thaina, 70% Mancozeb and other wettable powders. Spray once every 7-10 days. For 2-3 consecutive times. Through this lesson, we have learned the following key points. 1. Common watermelon diseases. 2. Common watermelon pests. 3. Prevention and control of diseases and pests. The prevention and control of watermelon diseases and pests is an important measure in watermelon planting. Every step, from prevention to treatment, is crucial. Let's remember that green prevention and control and scientific use of pesticides are the only way to ensure the yield and quality of watermelons. May our efforts bring safer and healthier watermelon products to consumers and contribute to the sustainable development of agriculture. That's all for today's content. Finally, here are 2 after-class exercises. Please think independently and complete them after class. 1. What are the damage symptoms of watermelon diseases and pests? 2. What are the agricultural control methods for watermelons?